Jumping onto our Zoom panel. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Like I was saying earlier, if you can, go ahead and take out a paper, a pen, and pencil so that you can take notes throughout our presentation. This afternoon, you're probably going to want to write down some things that stick out to you so that you can circle back to them when you're choosing your classes for next year. There is an opportunity for you to ask questions throughout this presentation in that Q&A box down at the bottom, so feel free to send us questions as we go and we'll get to them as soon as we can. We are recording this presentation today, so if you need to revisit any of the information that we are reviewing, this video will be uploaded to the school website shortly after. And we're also going to include the slides so that you have access to those Google Slides. So thanks for jumping on this afternoon. Let's go ahead and jump into today's agenda. All right, so as you can see, we have lots of stuff that we're going to be reviewing with you today. A quick introduction to the guidance team and how we can help out. College and Career Center resources. We do have an AP informational night that we want you to check out. Make that informed decision when you're choosing your AP classes for next year. We're going to be sharing informational night for the middle college program if you're thinking about applying to that. We will review graduation and A through G requirements, options to repeat coursework so that you can make sure you are on track for your goals. We'll talk a little bit about dual enrollment, SVCTE, so that's Silicon Valley Career Technical Education, general college information, and then we'll walk through class selection by department, and then we'll also show you some screenshots on how to upload your classes onto the Aries student portal. So this is the team. I am Miss Subaba. I'm guidance counselor for students' last names G-O-N through O. And I'm going to let the team introduce themselves.
Hi, good afternoon, class of 2022. My name is Miss Aguiniga, and I'm the counselor for students with last names beginning with the letters A through G-O-M.
All right, hello, rising seniors. My name is Miss Beeson, and I am the counselor for students with last names letters P through Z.
And we have two other really important team members with the guidance department. We have Miss Bencomo, our College and Career Center specialist, who can help with post-secondary plans. And then we have Miss Areno, who is our guidance secretary. She is the person who records all of the data for our school. So we'll show a little bit about what or where or how you can get help from both of those folks. So, College and Career Center. Hopefully you are taking a peek at Miss Bencomo's newsletter. She has lots of workshops coming up for you in the next few months because we know lots of people are thinking about applying to four-year colleges. So please do take a look at that. But there's also lots of other resources in terms of internships and college spotlights and career spotlights. She can help with the college search and fit. She can discuss with you SAT and ACT information. She has lots of college representatives making contact with our students to kind of give you an idea of what their campuses have to offer. She provides assistance with college applications and essay review. Scholarships, so whether that be applications or helping proofread essays. Helping you do your career search. And then also if you're looking for work, all right, or you have work and you need a work permit, she is going to be that person that you contact. A really great resource that we like students to refer to when they're doing that college exploration is to participate in the annual WCAC Spring College Fair. Lots of colleges participate. As you can see, there's over 150 colleges and universities participating in this event. And, you know, again, kind of a one-stop shop for you to get information about what's out there, what those campuses have to offer and if those might be potential campuses that you apply to. AP Information Night. So this is actually happening tomorrow evening. So Thursday, January the 21st from 6 to 7 p.m. The links to join are on the Prospect website. So be sure to click there. You are going to get valuable information about the AP courses that we have to offer. And there will be a student panel discussing their personal experiences in the AP classes that they have taken. So please do join that. That will be really helpful when you're making your decisions for class selection. If you are somebody who's thinking about the West Valley College Middle College program, there is a mandatory informational session that you should attend on February the 21st. As you can see, they have broken it down by last name so that you can join those Zoom sessions. Last names A through L will take place from 6:45 to 8:15 p.m. And then last names M through Z will take place from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Again, like I said earlier, we're going to make this presentation available on the school website so that you can easily click on these links so that you can join those informational sessions if you're interested. But middle college is an opportunity for you to earn your high school diploma and fulfill those requirements while attending West Valley College. Students really like this program because it gives them an opportunity to explore different course offerings that maybe we don't have on our campus. This is available to 11th and 12th graders. The minimum GPA is 2.8. If you'd like to learn more about the program or the application process, please do attend this virtual session. So transcripts. You are going to, after this presentation, you're going to get onto your Aries student portal. And one of those things that we really want you to be mindful for are what your transcripts look like, okay? And first, we want you to take a peek at just basic demographic information about you. So just jumping onto that portal and making sure that your name is spelled correctly, your birth date is correct, the parent guardian names are correct, and your address is correct. If your address has changed at all, maybe you moved, be sure that you are contacting Ms. Areno to give us an updated address so that we can have that in our database. We are also asking students to go ahead and update your race and ethnicity on that portal. We get lots of scholarships that come across our desk, and sometimes this is one of the criteria that they're looking for. And so if you have that on your Aries student portal, we're able to kind of share information on what resources are out there. So please do get that updated if you can. And then you're also going to want to take a peek at the credits that you have attempted while you're in high school and how many you have completed, so what you have actually earned. If anything needs to be correct, whether it's the demographic piece or you have questions about the credits or grades, be sure to contact Ms. Areno directly. Her email address is right down there on the bottom, and this will be a clickable link on the Google Slides when we post this on the website for you to just easily access. All right. So as you are planning for your future, you're going to want to be mindful of what your career and educational plans are. These are just some future destinations that people consider, when they're planning for their future. Perhaps you're thinking about four-year colleges or universities, so UCs, CSUs, private or out-of-state schools. Maybe you're thinking about community college, or you're planning on going straight to work or joining the military. Or maybe you just need a gap year so that you can really think about what you want to do. And so you're going to want to make sure what what your graduation requirements are so that you can plan for your last year of high school. So there are three big things that I like to think about when we're talking about graduation requirements. One is passing courses in specific subjects. Two is making sure you earn a D- or better, which will get you credit for a class. And then 3 is making sure you earn the minimum credits required, which is 220 credits. So we're going to go down each subject one by one. So first, we're going to go ahead and start with English. 4 years of English, 40 credits. So each year you're at Prospect, you are going to be taking an English class, including next year as a senior. So 40 credits. 30 credits of social science. So that started back in 10th grade with world history. You might have taken world history honors or AP World. Junior year, this year, AP US History or US History. And then senior year, American Gov Econ or AP Gov Econ. 3 years of math. So for a lot of folks, that might look like IM1, IM2, IM3, or IM3 STEM. We know that lots of folks are probably going to wrap up this graduation requirement this year, but we always encourage students to continue on with math next year, just so that you're always practicing those math skills. Science. 30 credits of science, so that's going to be your biology, chemistry, and physics. World language, LOTE, so that's your language other than English. It's 2-year graduation requirement, so 20 credits. Visual and Performing Arts, VAPA, that's 10 credits. So that's classes like art, 3D design, theater, tech theater, video production, anything in our music program. Maybe you took dance when we had it. College prep elective. There are some classes that work straight toward this category. AVID is one of those that can go into there. But the way that I like to think about it is if you go above and beyond the minimum requirements that we've already reviewed, that can count towards your college prep elective. So a good example would be if you are wanting to continue on into that 4th year of math, since you only need 3 years, that 4th year is above and beyond, and that can automatically go to that college prep elective category. Then there's physical education, 20 credits, so that's PE 9 and then PE 10 or sports PE. And then career technical education, 10 credits. And then you can see a little asterisk there. It says, unless 20 credits or more of VAPA have been earned. So we have some specific classes in the CTE category, like computer programming. Tech theater actually works in there. Video production actually works in there. Accounting or digital tools for business. But if you're someone who wanted to continue on into the visual performing arts, maybe that's going into Art 2 after having completed Art 1, or taking 3D design 2, or even mix matching. So doing Art 1 and 3D design 1, that can actually count toward that category. And then general elective. So I like to think about this as once everything else that we've already reviewed has been completed, that will automatically go into that general elective. We do have some courses that go straight into general elective, like yearbook, student assistant, or peer tutoring. But if you fulfill all of the other categories that we've already discussed, and you go above and beyond that, that can work towards that general elective. But at the very end of it all, you want to have earned a minimum of 220 credits to meet that graduation threshold. And next, I'm going to go ahead and pass that over to Ms. Beeson.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to discuss our A through G requirements. These are specifically the requirements if you're planning to apply for California State University, or CSU, or a University of California UC College campus. Now keep in mind with A through G that they are much pickier about grades, so they want to see you earning C minuses or better in all classes in order for it to count towards those requirements. Each letter in our A through G corresponds to a specific subject area. So our A is our history requirement. We require 2 years for our A through G. So by taking your world history last year as a 10th grader and your US history this year, and you're earning those C's or better, you are going to have that requirement fulfilled by the end of your junior year. Your government economics could also go into that requirement if need be next year. B is your English. They require 4 years of English. So in senior year, you will make sure you take an English course, which also aligns with our graduation requirements for the CUHSD district. That C requirement is for your math. So colleges require a minimum of 3 years. However, in many cases, they really expect to see you taking a math class your senior year to get that 4th recommended year. Now, during the minimum of 3 years, you need to make sure you complete at least through IM3 or IM3 STEM. They want to see that subject level hit in order to count that requirement as fulfilled. So again, next year, highly recommend that 4th year of math. Now, D is your lab science. For our CSUs, it's biological and physical. And for our UCs, it's actually taking a combination of 2 years. That could be both physical, could be both biological and physical. So again, for the UC requirement and CSU requirement, 2 years is the minimum, but they recommend 3 years. Now, again, for us, for our graduation, we already require 3 years. So if you've taken up through your physics, you've earned those C- or higher, all 3 years of science, you're already hitting that 3 recommended years. E is going to be your world language, or LOT. You'll hear us refer to that as a LOT, which stands for language other than English. Colleges require 2 years, but they recommend a 3rd year. Now, ultimately, with your LOT, they're going to look at your level of completion. So if you were someone who started off in a higher level of Spanish, maybe you started in Spanish 2 as a 9th grader, and you took Spanish 3 as 10th grader. That's the equivalent of having taken 3 years. So again, that level is key. There are also some students who might choose to test out of that language by taking an AP exam, or if you previously took an SAT subject test, that subject test would be the equivalent of 2 years, and that AP exam would actually be the equivalent of 4 years of study. So if you have taken an AP exam in a language, make sure your counselor is aware of it so we can make that notation on your transcript if you test it out. Now, F is that visual and performing arts. Colleges require 1 year. So again, that's any of our 3D design, art, theater, tech theater, dance, music courses. And then video production can actually count as a VAPA as well for college purposes, that is, as it is A through G approved as a VAPA. G is your college prep elective, and similar to what Ms. Subaba explained about how to fulfill that for graduation requirements, you would be fulfilling it by taking an extra recommended year of a course. So if you do that 4th year of science, 4th year of science, 4th year of math, 3rd year of a science, 3rd year of a language, anything extra like that, that is already an approved course would count as that college prep elective. Certain courses would also just count towards that requirement. Leadership is now A through G approved and counts as a college prep elective. Courses like AVID are A through G approved and count as a college prep elective as well. We also have our sociology, psychology. Again, anything extra like your Gov Econ course that you take senior year, those extras will count as that college prep elective, or that specific course that you take can count as that college prep elective for your A through G. Now, if you are applying to a UC, they do want to see a 3.0 by the end of your junior year. So that is really important that you meet that GPA requirement. And then CSU's recently upped it to 2.5 for this current senior class, but I'm not sure if they will continue that for your graduating class. And then again, you want to have 11 out of the 15 courses completed by the end of this year. Now, obviously, things might happen like COVID, that happened. Maybe you've had a rough time with the online learning. That's okay. We have options to help you get back on track if you need it for your diploma or if you need it to maintain college eligibility. So if you do repeat a course that is used to fulfill those A through G requirements, let's say you earned a D or even an F, and you want to repeat the course to cancel out that D or F. If you earn a C- or higher, you have successfully repeated that course, and that original grade will be nulled. It will no longer count into your GPA, so that's awesome. Once you again fulfill it, get that final grade calculated, only that new grade will factor into your GPA for A through G. Same thing if you repeat the course for graduation, we will kind of cancel out that original D or F grade. Now, if you decide to go with an outside course program like BYU to recover a course you need for A through G, make sure you sign up for the teacher-led program if you're taking a BYU course. Always, always, always talk to your counselor before you sign up for any outside courses. We can make sure that it's going to count towards the requirement you're looking to fulfill and that you're signing up for an appropriate course that will be accepted. So that is extra important. Again, make sure that if you do anything within a VAPA or the lab science subject areas, that you also check in with your guidance counselor to make sure that it's approved. Sometimes online courses in those subject areas are not always A through G approved. Now, here are some options to repeat your coursework. We have Odysseyware Academy and Odysseyware. So with Odysseyware, if you need to make up history or English in order to be on track for graduation or for A through G by the end of your senior year, we have a course that's officially titled Play-Doh, and you could request it for your senior year. And again, that's specifically to make up history and English subject areas. We also have Odysseyware Academy, which your counselor would sign you up for. And then these are both free options for CUHSD students. With Odysseyware Academy, that course is done independently on your own time. Whereas if you sign up for that Play-Doh course for senior year, it's gonna actually be an official period on your schedule. So Odysseyware is during the school day, you have it embedded in your schedule, whereas Odysseyware Academy is signed up by your counselor and you do it independently on your own time. BYU, these are courses you would pay money for out of pocket. And again, you want to make sure that you run it by your counselor. We have students taking BYU courses to recover specific subject areas if they prefer doing that over an option we can provide. Now, again, BYU can get a little pricey. I want to say they've upped their prices to about $280 per semester. So it's something you'll need to talk through with your parents. And again, run by your counselor before signing up. CASE, these are courses through our adult ed campus through a CUHSD district. And these courses can provide you with history, English, and up to 10 general elective credits. They are free. These courses are taken usually in the evening, 2 to 4 days a week, depending on the number of courses you need and which subject areas. They are free. The big thing to note with our CASE credit recovery courses is that they are not A through G approved. So you would need to make sure that if you're focusing on a diploma track, CASE would be appropriate for you. But if you're planning to apply directly to four-year colleges next year, we want to make sure that we're signing you up for courses that will fulfill that A through G requirement. We also have West Valley dual enrollment courses. Some of these are really good if you need to earn college prep elective credits, general electives. Occasionally, some of them might give you specific subject area credits, but for the most part, they do tend to count towards our college prep electives and general electives. Now, the bonus of our West Valley courses through dual enrollment is that they are worth 10 credits for one semester. So you get double the amount of credits in one semester. These courses are totally free. They will be offered on the Prospect campus next year after school, and they're typically 2 days a week. So we will post our fall offerings down the road when they become available this semester. Now, you can always take the course at the community college, and if you wanted to take it at De Anza or Mission College, Evergreen, San Jose City, you could always sign up with any of these community colleges and do something called concurrent enrollment. So with concurrent enrollment, you're taking the class on the community college's campus, whereas with dual enrollment, you're taking the course at the high school because they're affiliated with our school district for dual enrollment. Now, if you need to make up specific math or English or science credits, community college could be an option for you. The credits themselves will be free, but if you take a course at the community college, you will be required to pay for any textbooks or supplies that that course might require. Now, your counselor will need to approve any courses taking at the community college, whether it's for credit recovery or just to take it because it's free for you right now. So that being said, make sure you run it by your counselor to make sure that you are getting the subject area credits that you need. SVCTE, Silicon Valley Career Technical Education, quite the mouthful. These courses, certain subject areas may actually grant you credits towards graduation. For instance, I have a few seniors this year who enrolled in their construction program, which can actually grant you third-year math credits. So if you struggle in IM3 this year and you're looking for a way to get some math credits, that's a little more of an alternative approach, that could be an option for you. Again, your counselor will need to approve you to get specific subject credits as opposed to it just counting towards that CTE requirement or college prep elective requirement for graduation. And then lastly, you can always repeat certain subject area courses here at Prospect. So maybe you do a math class over again. IM3 again was tough for you, so you decide you want to repeat that and do better so you have a stronger math foundation for college. or whatever your post-secondary plan is. There's also, this also is what we do a lot of times for our science courses and for many electives if you're looking to repeat a course. All right, so more about dual enrollment. Again, this program is available for sophomores through seniors. You'll earn college credits and high school credits. That's why you have the word dual in the title. Every 3-unit West Valley course will give you 10 high school credits. So again, for one semester, you're getting the equivalent of a year's worth of credits for that one course. They're free for you. All costs are covered. You don't have to pay any enrollment fees or textbooks or classroom materials. We will post those fall 21 course offerings as soon as they're available. It'll probably happen sometime March or April, I would imagine. Okay, SVCTE. Big thing to note about SVCTE courses, these classes are offered off campus. They're in South San Jose, off Hillsdale Avenue, if any of you drive and are familiar. So we do have a bus that can take students over and then also drop you back off at Prospect. Registration will be done online. Once those steps are available to us, we will share them out with you so you can begin registering or expressing your interest in SVCTE for your senior year. There are 2 sessions. There's a morning session, which is pretty early, 7:30 to 9:30. Bus picks you up at 6:50 approximately in the morning, and you can get up to 30 credits for that morning session. Depending if our bell schedule is the same as it was before online learning, you may arrive to your second class of the day a little bit late by the time that bus drops you off. So it's something to keep in mind. The PM session is from 12:30 to 3:30. So rather than 2 hours like that morning session, is 3 hours long. Now the bus will pick you up usually during study hall at about 11:50, and then you get dropped back off at Prospect by about 4 p.m. And again, 30 credits is possible for this PM session. Now, as previously mentioned, you can earn subject credits if your counselor and assistant principal approves it previously. And if you would like to remain in SVCTE for the whole year, they are very strict about monitoring your grades and your attendance. So if your attendance is not good or you're getting below a C-, you will not be able to return for the second semester, and you will have to be placed back in courses here at Prospect. So definitely something to keep in mind when registering for SVCTE. But there are so many wonderful programs if you want to go into animation, or maybe you want to work as an electrician down the road, or a veterinarian technician. There are so many different programs, and you can always go to the Metro Ed website or check in with your guidance counselor to see the full scope of available programs. Now again, obviously the best thing you can do is earn the grade that you want while you're in the class. We're at a great point in that it's a new semester. You have a fresh, clean slate for the most part now. So do your best to succeed and do the absolute best that you can, especially going into your senior year. You want to make sure you're in good shape so you'll be on track for graduation, for college applications if you're applying, so you're not having to stress. So SAT, this is something that I feel like a lot of juniors are filled with plenty of questions. COVID hit, tests have been kind of paused for the moment, so you probably haven't had the opportunity to sit down for an actual SAT. If you do decide to register when they become available again, you will register through the College Board. We have the PSAT actually happening next week on Tuesday, the 26th, for any students who signed up. It's only available to your graduating class. And then if they become available in the spring, you're welcome to take it sometime this semester. You'll need our school code, which is 053344, in order to help make your registration process a little bit easier. When you take the test and then you apply for colleges, you're going to have to send score reports from the College Board website to the colleges you're applying to. Now, at the time of registering for the test, and I think up to about a week after you've taken the test, you can choose where to send your scores. So they'll give you 4 free schools or score reports to send off because it's embedded in the registration fee. But after that period of time ends, you will actually be paying $12 to send it to each college that you apply to. So it can add up pretty quickly, especially when considered with the cost of your applications. Now, if you're applying to any CSUs, you can actually enter a code to send it to all CSU campuses, which is 3594. It also shows up, I think, under the name of like Cal State Applied Long Beach. So again, you want to take advantage of that so that you're only either paying for one or getting it free when you register to send off those scores. Now, UCs, for any of you applying to UC campuses, they're test blind. Moving forward, they are not considering the SAT for admission for your graduating class. So even if you take it, they're not going to review your scores. So that's a big change that you want to be aware of. And then they're also getting rid of the writing portion. So there won't be a writing portion of the SAT test that is optional any longer. And then if you are interested in a fee waiver, maybe you're approved for free or reduced lunch this year, talk to your counselor. We should be able to help get you a fee waiver once those tests are offered again. All right, and then the ACT. So students might choose to take the SAT or the ACT. Sometimes they'll try both, decide which one they like better. Now, again, this one has also been paused because of COVID right now. But if you do decide to register when it becomes available, you'll register through the actstudent.org website. Again, the CSUs are not requiring the writing portion. To our knowledge, they have not suspended the writing portion for the ACTs. It is still optional, and you may sign up for it if you desire. And the ACT will test on English, math, reading, and science. So that's one of the key differences to me for the ACT is that you're going to be tested on your content background in biology, chemistry, and physics. Now, similar with the SAT, you're going to need to send your score reports to colleges. And you can get 4 reports sent off at the time of registering for free. Otherwise, it's going to cost you $13 to send it to each school after that registration period closes. If you indicate one CSU to receive that ACT score report, all CSUs will have access. And again, similar with the SAT, UCs will not consider ACT because they're test blind. So this one will also not be considered for admission. And similar to our SATs, we have fee waivers if you qualify. So definitely check in with your counselor. And I will go ahead and turn it over to Miss Aguiniga.
Okay, let's continue with the testing at this point. Now, in the spring, we usually have SBAC testing, usually about April. And for all our 11th graders, there is an additional section called EAP, or Early Assessment Program. And these results are used by the CSU campuses to make sure that students are college ready in the subject areas of English and mathematics. So when and if we provide that test during the spring, make sure that when you take this test or this section of the SBAC test, make sure that you indicate that you want the scores made available to the CSU campuses. Okay, so it's very, very important that these scores are accessible. But again, since we're still in COVID right now, we're not sure if this test, SBAC testing, will be suspended or be offered. So we will give you some information, but just something to think about and plan ahead for. The next section is NCAA. For those of you that are planning to participate in a Division I or Division II athletic program. So for example, if you're applying to San Jose State and you want to try out for their football team or their basketball team, you do have to go through and register through the Eligibility Center. And so we have the website there for you and the list of documents that need to be submitted. Okay, there is a release form. You have to submit your official high school transcript. And again, they're going to give you information regarding SAT test scores. Okay, because right now during COVID, SAT testing, ACT testing is on pause. So you will get more information at their website regarding the test score submission. There's also an authorized release of information. So that will be part of what you submit. That'll be part of the submission process for NCAA. Okay, now we're going to shift gears to the class selection process. Now you will have up until 11:59 p.m. on February 5th, which is a Friday. That's when the Aries portal, you'll have from now until then, where you can enter your classes in your Aries portal, okay? At 11:59 p.m. on February 5th, that window will close. So you will not have access to enter classes or make any changes at that time. So make sure that you're entering these classes into the portal. Keep in mind that all our classes are year long, so it's very important for you to make that selection carefully. Attend the AP information night that's going to be taking place tomorrow evening to make sure that you're prepared for these AP classes if you're choosing to request or sign up for an AP class next year. If you are on track to graduate, eligible seniors may request an off period. So you may request to take only 5 classes as a senior. Again, that's only if you're on track to graduate. We will be, the guidance counselors will review your course requests and communicate with you whether we have questions about a certain request for you or if you need to take additional classes. So we can reach out to you if we have any questions about your selection. And you can also request for an appointment with your guidance counselor after you have entered your courses into Aries. Okay, so it's very important that we have something to work with. So please make sure that you log onto your portal right now that the window is open to make those requests. And we've indicated here the academic offerings. Those are located on our website with specific course descriptions for you to get more information about the different offerings that we have here at Prospect. All right, so we're going to go here department by department. You're going to start off, and this is something where now that you have your pencil and paper there, you're ready to jot down some of the classes that you're thinking about for next year, okay? Now, all of you need to complete that 4th year of English. You have some options here. You have English 4, you have AP Literature, or AP Language and Composition, okay? If you're not taking AP Language this year, you can certainly sign up for it next year. But make sure that you're signing up for at least one English class. If you're considering AP Literature, AP Language and Composition, you can also have a conversation with your English 3 or English 3 honors teacher to get their feedback as far as their recommendation for you for AP. Okay, so you're going to write down for us an English class. You're going to also write down your history or social science class, which is either going to be government or AP government. Okay, you must select one of these 2 classes. You also have the option, if you haven't already taken it, to sign up concurrently for AP World History or AP US History, if you'd like to take one of those classes in addition to that government class. We also have other electives, college prep electives under the social science department, sociology and psychology. So sociology is offered in the fall, and then in the spring, it changes to psychology. And it's all with the same teacher, okay? So you're just moving, in the 2nd semester, it will change to the psychology curriculum. And we also offer philosophy and critical thinking as well. So these are wonderful college prep electives that you can choose if you're looking at possibly a major exploration. Maybe you're thinking about majoring in sociology or psychology, okay? Or if you have just you're curious about these particular classes, these are really good college prep electives, not only for college applications, but also for graduation, okay? So you're going to indicate on your list there that you're writing down, you must have either government or AP government, and then the last 4 classes can be in addition to that government class, okay, just to be clear. All right, so if you're currently in AP US History, we strongly encourage you to considering the AP government class for next year, just to continue with that AP curriculum. All right, so now you have about, for sure, 2 classes down, your English class and then your government class for next year. Now, if you still need mathematics to complete your 3rd year or your 3-year requirement for graduation, you're going to indicate the class that you need. So most of you are in either, maybe you're in IM2, and if you're doing well, you can select IM3 or IM3 STEM, okay? Just be aware that this IM3 STEM class is taught at a much faster pace. So you will be covering 2 full years of math in 1 year. Okay, so be cognizant of that as you choose the third year of math if you still need it. Okay. If you're currently in IM3 or IM3 STEM, we also offer a senior math seminar. Okay, that's available to you. That is also college prep. We also have pre-calculus or integrated math 4 as an option. If you are completing IM3 or IM3 STEM this year, you can select statistics as well. You can select AP statistics or AP computer science. Don't forget about our AP computer science. This can count as a 4th year of mathematics as well. We do recommend that you have some sort of computer programming background. And then I'm going to move up here to the AP calculus. If you are in IM3 STEM now or IM4 this year, you can select AP Calculus AB, or if you're in AP Calculus AB, you can, this year, you can select AP Calculus BC. Okay, so we have here some of the options with the recommendations here. Okay. Now, if you need to continue with the 3rd year of science for graduation, okay, right now, most of you are probably in physics now. So if you want to continue with science and take it for 4th year, that's fantastic. That will count towards general elective or even a college prep elective class if you still need it. So we have here astronomy with lab that you can take next year. Okay, we have AP Physics Year 1. If you've already, you should have already completed biology and chemistry. And the math recommendation is concurrent enrollment in IM3 or higher for AP Physics Year 1. If you're in AP Physics Year 1 and wish to continue, you have the option of signing up for AP Physics Year 2. Okay, we have also included here biology if you still need that. And then we've also included AP Biology with the completion of biology, chemistry, and physics. And you can take it concurrently in physics if you would like to. If you're taking physics next year, you can take it concurrently. And then the math recommendation of IM3 or higher for AP Bio. We also have chemistry if you still need that, if you're short the year of chemistry. We also have AP Chemistry. Okay, we do highly recommend that you complete that chemistry. That's really going to help you with the AP Chemistry curriculum. And then the math recommendation of IM3 STEM or higher. And then we also offer the human anatomy and the human anatomy class and physiology. Okay, so we do recommend, we have some recommendations there for you if you've completed chemistry and biology. Okay, you can choose that class as well. And this is a great, human anatomy is also a either it can count for a general elective or a college prep elective class if you still need that for graduation. All right, so you should have an English class, your government class, a math class. We highly recommend that you continue with math if at all possible. Okay, remember the 4-year universities, the UCs do recommend that 4th year, and then a science class as well, if you would like to continue with science. Now the next class could be, if you still need a year of PE, you can sign up for the PE class, 10 through 12, the traditional PE class. If you've completed PE and would like to take elective PE, which is our weight training class, you can sign up for that as well. And again, if you have completed your 2-year PE requirement, you can leave that blank. You do not have to select PE. Or if you'd like to continue with PE, you can sign up for a traditional PE or the weight training class for additional credit there. And that again will go into general electives if you decide to continue with PE. World language. If you have not completed the 2-year LOT or language other than English requirement for graduation, you have some options here. You have French 2, 3, or 4 if you're currently in French 1. We have Mandarin, the different levels there for you, Spanish, and also Spanish for Spanish speakers. So if you're in Spanish for Spanish speakers 1 and passing that class, you can certainly continue with Spanish for Spanish speakers 2. If you're currently in Spanish for Spanish speakers 2, you can certainly apply for, or you're eligible to apply for advanced placement Spanish. So please make your selection if you need to continue, would like to continue with our world language, with a world language class. Now, as you're looking at your classes and you see that you still need a visual and performing art, we have many classes to choose from. We have the theater arts classes and the different levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4 honors. Theater arts, you are performing on stage, okay, in front of your peers. The technical theater class is also offered, and this is working behind the scenes, working on costumes, makeup, lighting. So it's all behind the scenes, and we have the different levels there. We have art and the different levels here as well, drawing and painting on a flat surface. And we also have AP Studio Art that you can consider as well if you've already gone through the different levels, introductory levels of art, and would like to take that AP Studio Art for your senior year. We have 3D design, which is our ceramics class. So you're working with wood, wire, a variety of different materials, okay, and the different levels there. We also have our music program, choir, symphonic band, wind ensemble, introductory to guitar, jazz ensemble, and string orchestra. Hopefully, if you know some of the musicians here in the group, you can certainly continue with a 4th year. You know, colleges like to see that consistency, so that's really good to see that you are consistent in a certain area. Dance performance is also an option for you. And then we also have in the CTE department, if maybe you're done with the visual and performing art, but you want to take a class for career technical education, we have some options there for you as well. The digital tools for business is the introductory computer class. Accounting 1 and Accounting 2 are going through a title change. This has not been officially changed in Aries, but it is now, next year, it'll be known as Business Accounting and Personal Finance, Year 1 and Year 2. Okay, so you definitely are eligible to either take an accounting class or continue with the next level. Video production is also going through a title change for next year, digital filmmaking, and the different levels here. But again, the change has not been done just yet, but just to make you aware that there will be changes to both the video production class title and the accounting class title. Okay. But if you're continuing on video production, we have different levels there for you. If you're an Avider, you can write down or select Avid 12 for your senior year. We also have computer programming. That's an option for you. SVCTE is also an option for you. So you will be able to select whether you'd like to do the AM program or the PM program. If you are currently working and have a work permit, you can also, and you're going to continue working into your senior year, you can select work experience where you actually get credit. This is general elective credit, or under CTE, if you still need that credit under CTE. This class meets once a week, okay, with Ms. Silvero, and you actually get credit for working. There is also very detailed work experience curriculum that you will be taking in that class. So it's not just getting credit for working, you're also going to be expected to complete assignments under the work experience curriculum. So just to help you clear that up for you regarding that. And we also have the Gen Yes program. This is very helpful now that we have, all the students have Chromebooks. There might be some students or some students or maybe faculty that have some technical issues. So if you're part of this Gen Yes class, you can provide some technical support for our users, okay? And this does not mean that you need to have a technical support background, but if you're really willing to learn, we'd love to have you part of that class to offer that support to our users on campus or in our virtual space. So those are some classes under CTE that you can choose. Under general electives, if you're looking at dedicating some time to tutoring your peers on campus or through the virtual space, we have Avid Peer Tutors, where you will be assigned to a specific Avid level, and you would provide tutoring services in English, history, science, math, world language, depending on what the students may need and that particular teacher may need. So you will be working with a particular Avid teacher to offer tutoring services for those students, and you do get elective credit for that. We also have yearbook. The title for yearbook is graphic publications. So those are very, very important for you to understand that there are some hard deadlines in this class. It's very project-based because you're working together to put together the yearbook for the 2021-22 school year. So very, very important that you have to be on top of those deadlines if you want to be part of yearbook. We also have a general peer tutoring class that can offer you some general elective credit. You can tutor for our work with our English language learners, in some of our math classes. So we can give you those options if you sign up for that, and you do get general elective credits there. Student assistant, you do get 2.5 credits per semester. This student assistant class, you only get 5 credits for the year. So just be careful as you sign up, make sure that you are taking enough classes with enough credits to make sure that you're on top of your credit requirement for graduation. Okay, and like Miss Beeson said, we also have Plato or PLE for those of you that maybe need credit recovery options in English and history or social science only. And that is embedded in your school day, in your school schedule. All right, so you can certainly sign up for that if you're short a semester of English or history. All right, and here are some steps for inputting your class. Now that you've written down the classes, we went through that department by department, so hopefully you have a good functional list. So you are going to log into your Aries portal, okay? And you're going to go to, on the top of the tabs where they have a few tabs there, you're going to select classes and go down to course request entry. Once you do that, you're going to see here an area where it says filter courses. If you select show all courses and then press search, it's going to give you a list of all the classes that are available to you as a rising senior in alpha order. Okay, so you'll be able to see that. Just keep in mind, there may be more than one page. So up here, kind of towards the left, under that filter course section, you'll probably see page 1, page 2. Okay, so if you're looking for work experience, for example, it may not be on page 1, but check out page 2 and you'll find it there most likely. Okay, you're going to click on the request and you're going to add it as a primary request. Okay, so for example, English 4, you're going to click on that and you're going to be given a little box and you're going to enter requests as a primary. Okay. After you're done entering those classes and you're ready to log out, you do not need to hit save. There's no save button. Once you log out, everything is saved. Okay, and you're going to see the list here. You see a little screenshot here of how the classes are going to look. Now, if you are going to be selecting a VAPA, a visual performing art, CTE, or a general elective, we do expect that you give us an alternate, just in case that class fills up or there's a conflict of some sort. You will give us, or we hope that you can give us an alternate for that, or second choice for your first choice. Make sure that your alternate choice is something that you'll be happy with. Okay, so what will you do first? Your first step is to select that particular course. For example, here, I'm going to select 3D design. I'm going to request that as my primary, okay? But I know from this presentation that 3D design may fill up. So I want to enter accounting 2 as my second choice. If I don't get into 3D design, or if there's a conflict of some sort, I'm going to be happy if I can get into accounting 2. So you will click on that and you're going to click request alternate. In step 3 here, after you're done with indicating accounting as your alternate, there's going to be a little button next to your primary course, which we selected as 3D design. You're going to click manage. And then you're going to see here that the alternate is going to pop up. You're going to see accounting. You're going to click that box where it says associate and click save. You will then see at the bottom right below your list of classes where it says alternate course requests that accounting is going to be there, and it's going to be associated with 3D design. And you can select up to 2 alternate courses. You have a maximum of 2 alternate courses to put in that space. Okay. So we do need a second choice for any of those VAPA classes: Art 1, 3D design, theater arts, technical theater, guitar, dance. For the CTE classes, for example, like digital tools for business, the video production, the accounting, make sure that you give us some alternates just in case. And then also some of the general electives, for example, like work experience. Okay. All right, so you see that here, the steps are here for you to indicate your first choice and your second choice. Very, very important. We'd rather you choose the second choice than us choose for you, okay? All right, so your class selections, very, very important that you select your classes carefully. All right, we will have some help for you, some virtual help. There is going to be a scheduled virtual help desk, and this is from 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. And we have dates here on the screen on January 27th and 29th, February 2nd and 3rd. Ms. Subaba, Ms. Beeson, and I will be available virtually from 12 to 1 o'clock through this virtual help desk. Okay, so we will have that link there for you on the website if you need some help selecting classes. Everything must be entered into the Aries portal, okay, by Friday, February 5th. Very, very important. You will not have access to this Aries portal after that. Okay, so very important that you get those classes in. If you do not have any classes selected, then we will start selecting classes for you, okay, if they're not uploaded by February 5th, okay? You can make changes, even though you're not able to go into the Aries portal. You will be able to email your change requests to your counselor. The last day for those emails to come to the counselor is Friday, April 30th. And what we'd like you to do is also CC your parent, a parent on there so that they're aware that you are making these changes. So let's say, for example, you select AP English Literature right now, but then you decide, I think this is going to be too much for me. I'm also taking AP Government and maybe too much. And then you email your counselor, I would like to change or drop AP English Literature and add English 4. So that could be your email. Make sure that you CC a parent so they are aware that you're making this change. Okay. You have until April 30th to email us any changes. Make sure that you select alternates for all of the following, for classes in the following departments: in Visual and Performing Arts, CTE, Career Technical Education, SVCTE. Very, very important that you give us some alternates for SVCTE, because SVCTE essentially takes the place of 2 classes. So if you change your mind and decide, I don't want to take SVCTE next year as a senior, we would like to have some options there for you if we end up dropping that SVCTE class. Okay, so make sure that you give us alternates for that one as well. General electives. Okay, make sure that you're giving us some alternates for your general electives. Okay. It's very possible that you're going to be enrolled in one of or more of these alternates. So make sure that you choose wisely and that you're happy with those second choices. Very, very important. In August, we'll only be making corrections. We're not going to be making changes. So it's very, very important for you to make those changes now. You have enough time. You have from now until April 30th to make any corrections or changes. But in August, we're only going to be making corrections. So you have some examples there. Let's say you're in 2 English 4 classes. That's a correction. There needs to be a correction made there. Or you have a gap in your schedule. Let's say you don't have a second period, or you have less than 5 classes. So it's very important for you to make sure you're making your selections wisely, and so when we come back in August, you're ready to move forward with the class selections you've made. All right, and that is the end of our presentation today. I know I see some questions here in the Q&A. And I know Ms. Subaba and Ms. Beeson have been steadily answering those questions.
Actually, a quick thing I'd like to jump in. I've seen a question about human anatomy. If you are looking to request human anatomy, you want a 4th year of science, when you go into Aries, you will select show all courses. It should show up in alphabetical order when you do that. Otherwise, it's not going to show up specifically as biology or chemistry, since it's one of those interdisciplinary lab sciences. And if you want to log into Aries or you're not sure how, the best way is to go to the district website, cuhsd.org. And then if you go under the Student and Parents tab, you will select Student Resources. They have a link to Aries for you to log into, and it's just going to be your school email account that you have set up. So if you're already logged in on your Chromebook, your computer, you should just be able to say log in using Gmail, and it'll just pull your login information. Let's see, SVCTE. Again, these courses count for 2 classes. So if you want to register for SVCTE, we will share the application details when they become available. The morning session of SVCTE takes the place of 1st and 4th period, and the afternoon takes the place of 3rd and 6th period. And like Ms. Aguiniga mentioned, select some backup electives for that, just in case we don't get you in. But make sure if you're interested in it, that you either put down SVCTE AM or PM on your course request for next year. If you want an off period, something to keep in mind, if you select or request 5 classes for next year, we will see that you have a short schedule. And if you're good on your credits, you're on track for graduation in A through G, if that's one of your plans, you can have the 5 classes and get the off period. You don't get to choose if it's in the morning or afternoon. So keep that in mind. You will either be assigned a morning or afternoon off period based on where your sections are available for your course requests. Let's see, sorry, a lot of them, I'm just trying to answer the questions that I saw a lot of. West Valley dual enrollment classes, they'll be announced later this semester for the fall term. We just finished registering for the spring 21 term, and they haven't shared what courses we'll be offering in the fall just yet. But once it is available, I do post that information in the Canvas class of 2022 course. So that information will be posted as an announcement. And then if you got signed up for astronomy twice, you should just be able to delete it. If not, we can delete it on our end and make sure you're not in multiple sections of anatomy. I've noticed that that course tends to add duplicates right now for whatever reason. General elective credits, those are completed similarly to college prep electives in that once you do more beyond the minimum requirement, it will count towards general electives. So if you've already taken a third year of a language and that counted as college prep elective, and you take a fourth year of math and a fourth year of a science, those two extras will count towards general electives. Were there any other questions you saw, Ms. Subaba, that were kind of repeated ones?
Not really. I think just something that keeps coming up is students want clarification on college prep elective and general elective. And so that's really going to kind of depend on the student and the classes that they've taken so far. If you want some clarification with that, you are welcome to swing by the virtual help desk on January 27th or 29th or February 2nd and 3rd between 12 and 1 o'clock. It's just a drop-in Zoom where you can just ask your questions and we can help clarify with you. So feel free to swing by then if you need a confirmation.
All right, I think we got through most of the questions, and some of the ones that were left unanswered, we just responded to live right now. If we missed your question, please email your counselor directly, or like Ms. Subaba said, pop in for our virtual help desk. Very quick and easy way for us to meet with you during your lunch break. I think that concludes it. We appreciate that we got a large amount of this junior class, so thank you to the English department too for sending those reminders out. And we appreciate that you were able to stop by and hope you have a wonderful week.